it is alleged that this portion and that to the right is owned by one man.
9 plots of land.
Now, the alleged owner of the land is not in Ghana today. The alleged owner of that land is due back anytime soon. But if the alleged owner says that it is not his, then the land has no owner, correct? And if it has no owner, do you want land? If you want land, you come and take the land. Is that how we're going to run this country? Yeah, because you are in a privileged position, you can come and take over state lands? No. So today, as we urge Ken to come back home, in addition to all the allegations that have been made at the Office of the Special Prosecutor, we would want oral to work. And oral means landed property, all assets of state, the public purse inclusive, finances, etc. And so, Ken Ofori-Atta, do you own this land? Do you own that one? Are you part of the Chim Mafia that owns that enclave, that housing thing? Akufo-Addo, do you own that one? Bedietuo and all those. A song that was composed is very relevant today and would want all media houses to take this matter very seriously. A long time ago, Ni Ajonano gave this land like any other, including the University of Ghana, for government to use for public purpose and public purpose only. So the state was supposed to use these lands to develop Ghana, not for private purpose and not for private persons, especially not government officials. But today, we have seen that all these lands have now been given not only for private purpose, but to government officials. And those government officials must come and account not only for their stewardship, but tell Ghanaians how they owned these. And if Ghanaians accept that these lands are being held in trust in their name by the President of the Republic of Ghana, can just be given away like that, so be it. And then we can do same in every part of this country. But if that is not the case, and that Chimps will not allow for anybody to go and take over the lands, Ashantis will not allow, the Dagombas will not allow, the Agnos will not allow, I don't think the Gans should allow, and La people certainly we will not allow. However, caveat, I believe that government is a continuum, and therefore the fact that it happened one time under Kufuor, 30 acres gone, there's a president. The fact that 60 acres is now also being distributed under Akufo-Addo, there is a president, and that president is John Dramani Mahama. Ghanaians voted overwhelmingly for John Dramani Mahama because of oral. I voted for him because of oral, and that includes the lands. Today, we are calling on the president, and we're happy. He's done a fantastic job at the lands ministry. He's even put in the budget that he's going to digitize, the land registry and all the things at the lands commission. But oral must start with the retrieval of the lands, the loot. And so we expect that the state must take steps to retrieve this loot today, not tomorrow. Even as we await Ken's arrival, this land is not going anywhere. It's not going to America. It's not going to China. It's here. It's permanent. The buildings are fixed, and nobody can take their buildings away. They should come and claim ownership of each of these and let Ghanaians know who owns each one. The status of all state lands are known because there are documents. It's not like Togbe or Kelebele that you can go and buy and eat and not have the receipt. This one, you should have documents that prove that you're the owner. If no one comes to prove that they're owners, the state should take it back. If, however, some people come and prove that they are owners, they should show how and how much and who they pay to. Most of these transactions, and this one started with Asmak Sheme. He started and it was truncated because the workers of the Civil Aviation protested. The land people who own the land also protested. Unfortunately, he was removed, and then Abu Jinapor came. He promised to have an inquiry and that he will base his decisions on the facts and the law. His exact quotation. There was no report. I haven't seen any report, and I'm sure there's no report that's public. If there is one, he should make it public today. That indeed the facts and the law allow for these persons to own these lands and not the Civil Aviation or the last two. If there's no such report, then all these people have been defrauded, whether by the state officials or law people. If any law person, whether it's a chief or a thief, has defrauded you, go and collect your money. If it's the state, you owe it a responsibility to report the state official who used his office to dupe you. And I'm sure the security services will be interested in that. Having said that, I think that we need to see the one plot that is left for the original purpose for which this land was acquired. That is the Aircraft Accidents Incidents Bureau. Just one plot has been left. And even that one plot, they have uprooted the mast that is supposed to be quote unquote, receiving signals and helping in navigation of planes and avoiding planes falling from the skies. Recently, we saw how people died in the forest because of navigational tools that were not on board a certain helicopter. We've seen other helicopters also go down, without fatality. But recently, we saw a plane also almost enter into Elwak, not too far from here. If indeed it is true that these masts are supposed to be doing this, and people can either remove them and place them wherever they like, or build structures with rebar, that's iron rods, that we all know interfere with the signals, radio signals, then where are we taking ourselves? If it is not true also that these things work, and indeed it is not working, that means we are being deceived by those who are claiming that these things work. And it means that the original purpose has outlived its usefulness, for which reason, by the Constitution, this whole arrangement must be truncated. The original arrangement was done with the Traditional Council. On 18th March 2020, the Supreme Court, by a 5-0 ruling, decided that no Traditional Council owns any land anywhere. It's only the stools. And so they should tell us who gave them this. Because the La Manche, who was the occupant of the stool, before he died in February 2019, was opposed to this. He never did. And then after his death, somewhere in September, this deal was done. Please, this is not a joke. This is a hoax. And those people must be held to account. Thank you.